Right. Yeah, that clip you just watched is banned. Apart from the fact that there's 3 women engaging in comment in someone's back garden, which of course is pretty dangerous and all, I'm not really sure why this has been banned. Right, so before we get into the video, I want to say if you're new to my channel, this is the first time seeing my face, or you haven't already done it, please do hit the subscribe button. It honestly helps me out so much. I'm trying to hit my end of year goal, and of course, the only way I'm going to get there is by you guys hitting the subscribe button, so please do so. And I'm also going to set you a little challenge. If you laugh at any point in this video, you have to hit the like button. So yeah, if you laugh, you better hit that like button, and if you don't, then nothing, because I'm a nice guy and I wouldn't do anything to anyone. So yeah. So it was ruled to be offensive and objectified women. Now with a quick Google search, sexual objectification will be defined as the act of treating a person as a mere instrument of sexual pleasure. Objectification more broadly means treating a person as a commodity or an object without regard of their personality or dignity. Now I am so sorry that these women were objectified, even though they clearly participated in this campaign at their own free will, but you know, that's just how the world goes. Now it's generally a joke that nowadays, especially in 2017, that people are literally offended by everything and anything that you do on the internet. Now funny enough, before this ad was actually completely removed from mainstream media, it received a grand total of, yep, you guessed it, 0 complaints. Wait, hold on, what, 0? Yep, I wish I was lying, but the ad genuinely didn't receive any complaints, people asking to remove it before it actually was removed. Now Machine Zone, obviously the creators of the game and obviously played a big part in the ad campaign, did come out and say the intention was to feature real side women and reference mythical warrior women like Amazons and Wonder Woman, which sweetie, just saying you did an absolutely wonderful job. We suspected that had the women been typically thin models seen in ads, it was unlikely that a complaint would have been made, which unfortunately, you know, probably is quite true. Now the advertising standard agency did give many reasons why the ad was removed, and of course, you know, like 95% of them were just pretty plain stupid anyways. Now one of them that really stuck out to me was them pointing out the use of slow motion. We noted that another scene featuring one of the women wearing a swimsuit was shot in slow motion, and emphasis was on her body rather than the mobile game app she was playing. Which, yes, I'm not going to disagree with this one, well, I kind of can't, it's a fact. Now it's also the fact this is generally someone's job to watch over all of these, nitpick it, go through it frame by frame, and then they say YouTube isn't the real job. Now, Tony the Tiger, remember him? Also, you might remember Coco the Monkey. Now you've probably started seeing them less around the place. You know, for me personally, obviously, you know, I'm technically an adult now, so you know, those type of things don't really appeal to me as much as they did when I was a kid. Now the secondary reason, maybe because they've actually been banned. Well, partially, we'll get into that. This is because added for sugary things like Coco Pops, Frosties, breakfast, junk food, all those type of things are literally just not allowed to be broadcasted, especially to kids. Now this is one of the ways to try and tackle child obesity, which we'll talk about in a second. Now I did say it has been wiped out, and it's basically been wiped out partially, and this is purely just because of the strict rules or prohibitions which, you know, dictate when they can be broadcast, where they can be broadcast, but it pretty much is a whole wipeout because of all the factors that I've just mentioned. But you know, instead of actually doing the right thing and trying to, you know, tackle how much sugars are in these cereals, you know, how to keep the taste the same, and all those things that actually matter to make a difference, but no, instead they're blaming on a cartoon face and pretty colours on childhood obesity pretty much. But anyways, let's just move on. So this is a test to show really how British you are. Do you remember this advert?
Come warm your bones, make yourself
at home, darling, smile, we're right as rain. Oh, we all need love, that simple love, and we are whole again.
So if you don't remember that advert, don't worry too much because it slightly was a trick question, and obviously if you do remember it, you're one of the lucky few because as you can guess, it was banned. No shit, Jay, that's the whole part of the video. So the advert was, wait for it, canned over fears that kids may cut themselves trying to repeat the rhythm that they've seen in the advert on Heinz cans. So since when was a simple pleasure as tapping a tune out on a can something that health and safety had to step in and shut ourselves out from? Like, you know, there are kids out there suffering real world problems, you know, like poverty and obesity, but oh no, playing with a tin can is way more dangerous than being glued to an iPad for the whole day. The ASA ruled that Heinz didn't include instruction on how to make the tin safe. However, they did respond back later saying, we believe the ad did not pose any safety risk and more fans were inspired to create their own video version. Now, betting companies in recent times are known for being a little bit controversial, especially on social media, you know, be one of the big boys out there. And this is exactly what Ball Sports did, trying to promote their nailed on Easter special. Wow. And as you can guess, many people complained it could and it did cause offense to people of the Christian faith. And in an email advert of the ad, it was quoted saying, "In memory of our dearly departed JC, we're offering you a sacrilegious bonus this Easter weekend. So don't just sit there gorging your own body weight in chocolate. That's disrespectful. Get on Boyle Sports Gaming and get your nailed on bonus." Now there's crossing the line, and then there's crossing the line so far that you get back to the point where you start. Wait, hold on, that made zero sense. You know what? Let's just carry on. Now, like I said, betting companies getting a lot of hot water a lot of the time, so we're going to stick with them for the next one. Now, last season, Ladbrokes got themselves in a bit of stick because they used pictures of currently, at the time, Manchester United forward Memphis Depay. Now, you're probably wondering, he's a footballer, what's wrong with that? This is simply because betting companies are not allowed to use pictures of players or sports stars who are under the age of 25 in any of their promotions worldwide. And at the time it was posted, Memphis Depay was only 21, so they got in a lot of stick, and obviously, of course, had to remove all of the posts which featured the player. The same thing occurred to Coral, Bet365, Tote Sport, and a whole other host of betting companies that use pictures of Jordan Spieth during the US Open. Now lastly, we'll end on a lighter note. Well, sort of. Now, high street chain Iceland came under quite a bit of fire after sending out leaflets which contained the words "fat bastard," which somehow ended up being sent to a primary school. The leaflets, which featured vouchers on the front and reserved for an introductory offer to try out their new Fat Bastard wine, with the advert quoting, "Outrageous name, outrageously good wine." Now, Iceland did argue that as this was a branded product and that clearly was the name of it, there wasn't really much they could do about it, and they had no control over the fact that the company decided to call it that. Which, fair play to them, it's a joke itself. So, you know what? I don't actually blame Iceland for that one. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Again, please do hit the subscribe button if you're new here. This is the first time you're watching one of my videos. And of course, please do hit the like button if you did enjoy this video in any shape or form. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And apart from that, this has been your boy Jay. Follow me on Twitter at JZink. Add my Snapchat is It's Jay with an X instead of an A. And apart from that, this has been your boy Jay, and I'll see you next time.